Hey y'all, this is Jamie. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I have a few new Wet n Wild products to try out for y'all. But before we get into that, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video. Also make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you liked this video. It really helps me in regards to what kind of videos to film and what y'all enjoy watching, because I want to make videos that y'all enjoy. Let's not wait any longer. Let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, so the brand Wet n Wild is one of my favorites. It is a drugstore brand, but not only is it a drugstore brand, it is one of the least expensive with the highest quality brands out there. I think Wet n Wild and Essence and e.l.f. are kind of the lower end of drugstore as far as price. So usually with those three brands you can find products for an average of $3 or $4. You might even find some for $2, and then it might go up to like $7 or $8. So I was online, and I think I was on Instagram, and I can't remember if it was the Wet n Wild Instagram or Trend Mood, but I saw that they have a new stick foundation. Y'all know that the only foundation that I owned before this was the Wet n Wild Liquid Photo Focus Foundation. Right here, this one is the shade Buff Bisque. I really like it. The only downside, it smells like paint. So when I saw that they had a new stick foundation, which I've been wanting to try stick foundations because I feel like that would probably be more my speed. So when I saw that they had just come out with a new stick foundation, I knew I had to have it. I know I don't usually do foundation reviews on my channel since I don't typically wear foundations, but I decided to go ahead and give it a try. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Stick Foundation. It comes with 0.42 ounces, which is about 12 grams. This is the shade Buff Beige. So I thought, because it's from the same line, it's from the same Photo Focus line as the liquid foundation, I thought that they would have the same shades. But they did not actually have a Buff Bisque, which is what I am in the liquid foundation. They didn't have that in the stick foundation, so I just got Buff Beige. So let me go ahead and go to their website and kind of see the claims that it makes, the shade range, things like that. Let's go. Alright, so I'm on the Wet n Wild website, and it looks like this comes in 21 shades that are flattering to a wide range of skin tones. So it looks like an okay shade range. I think that it definitely could have a few more darker shades. They do look to be different shades. So it's not like they have like 15 shades that basically look like the same color and then like a couple of dark shades. It actually does look to be a nice range. It's the Photo Focus line. It delivers long-lasting coverage, lightweight, multi-dimensional formula, and it's supposed to have a semi-matte finish. Infused with argan and sunflower seed oils for intense moisture and seamless blendability. Consumer tested under 7 lighting conditions for flawless wear and no filter Insta-worthy selfies. So yeah, their Photo Focus line is supposed to be good in photos. So the benefits of this, it is cruelty-free. Wet n Wild as a brand is cruelty-free, so you will never have a product that has been tested on animals with Wet n Wild. This product is also gluten-free, talc-free, fragrance-free, and vegan. So it is $5.99, and as of right now, it looks like it's only available on the Wet n Wild website. It doesn't seem to be available at Ulta yet. I actually went to several different stores before buying it online to see if it was in stores anywhere. It was not at Ulta, didn't find it at Target, and I couldn't find it at Walmart. It seems like right now you can only find it on the Wet n Wild website, which I will leave a link to in the description box down below. So let's go ahead and get this on my face. Okay, so before we get into the foundation, I completely forgot the second product that I got that's new from Wet n Wild. It's not actually, the actual product isn't new, but they have new fragrances. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Coconut 3-in-1 Primer Water. They recently got 3 new fragrances, so they have Rose, Cucumber, and then Coconut. I decided to get Coconut because, you know, it's coconut. The 3-in-1 part is you can prep, set, and refresh. So you can use this before makeup to prime your face. It's primer water. And you can use it after you put on your makeup to set your makeup in place, and then you can also just kind of spritz throughout the day to kind of refresh. It's supposed to hydrate, smooth, and brighten your skin for a dewy, healthy look. I'm going to go ahead and spray this on. And so this is also from the Photo Focus line. Let's spray this. let's spray something else first. Ooh. That smell. It just like immediately transports you to the beach. Because it also is a slight sunscreen smell. Not quite like the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula, but it's like, it really is that mixture of coconut and sunscreen and the beach. So that is nice. I could, oh, don't open your mouth though. I can definitely see how this would be nice to refresh throughout the day, because that is a nice little like pick me up. So I wanted to do a little bit of a comparison between the Photo Focus liquid foundation and the stick foundation. This one right here is the liquid foundation in the shade Buff Bisque, and then this one here is the stick foundation in the shade Buff Beige. So they look pretty similar. This one looks a little bit lighter, but I don't know if that's just because it's liquid and it's still wet. But I think that this shade will still work out for me pretty well. So let's go ahead and get it on my face. Woo! I've never used a stick foundation before. I've only really used either powder or liquid. So I don't know. I'm going to start with that much and we'll see. For stick foundations, it's usually best to use like a flat like kabuki brush. So we're just going to start blending it in. It's blending out pretty easily. I don't think it actually mentioned what kind of coverage it has. Right now it's looking pretty light to medium. Because you can still see my freckles like pretty well. I prefer foundations that are a little lighter coverage. I think that's a pretty good shade match. Like, I think that's real nice. Real nice. So this is after I almost said one level. This is after one layer. So I'm gonna try and build it up just a little bit. I like the coverage that it is right now, kind of a light to medium coverage. But for those of you who like your foundation a little more full coverage, I'm gonna go ahead and add one more go around. So this is how it looks built up with 2 layers, a pretty solid medium coverage. I don't know that you could get this up to full coverage. So it did build up and layer up pretty well, I would say. I think this looks pretty good on my skin. It's weird because I feel like the liquid foundation on my hand looked lighter than this, but on my actual face, this seems a little bit lighter than the liquid foundation when I typically put it on. It still, I think, looks pretty accurate. That blends pretty well on top, I would say. I am going to go ahead and set this. So I'm going to use the NYX HD finishing powder. Yeah, I like how that looks. I like it a lot. I would actually consider wearing this. Maybe not as built up as I did, probably with just that one layer. So let me bring y'all a little bit closer and you can see kind of close up how this looks. So here we are pretty close up, I would say. So far, I'm not seeing it settling anywhere. It doesn't look too makeup-y, too cakey. I think this is pretty spot on as far as a shade match. So if you usually wear Buff Bisque like I do, Buff Beige might be your color. I would say it does have a semi-matte finish, which is what it said. I'm gonna actually add a little bit of this spray. So, let me back you up. We've got one more product to try. So it's about 11 a.m. right now. I think I will check in with y'all probably around 4, so we can do about a 5-hour wear test. But before we do that, I do have one more product to try. So this is the Mega Volume Mascara. It is not a new product to Wet n Wild, but apparently it is a new look and an improved formula. So I've never actually tried a mascara from Wet n Wild before, but this is a volumizing mascara that intensifies and thickens lashes. It has a buildable formula, which is nice, and it won't weigh your lashes down. It is paraben free, it is ophthalmologist tested, and it is safe for contact lens wearers. I am a contact lens wearer. That is one of my problems with wearing mascara. A lot of times mascaras will make my eyes burn. Already it has more of a like watery consistency. It's not too clumpy. But I will say that usually the clumpier mascaras do give you a little more volume. So we'll see if this does or not. Alright, so that is how we are looking so far. I actually quite like it. I think that that's a noticeable difference. It curls the lashes as well. It definitely provides length. I don't know as much about volume. It's not the most volumizing mascara that I've ever used, but I think that it does give volume. Just it's not this like mega volume as it is called, but I do quite like it. I did go ahead and put on a little bit of bronzer, which it went on beautifully on top of the foundation. The foundation didn't pick up at all or smear off at all, so it does look nice with product on top. The time I put this on was 11 a.m., so I will be back around 4 p.m. in 5 hours to check in with y'all. Alright, so I am back. It is a little before what I said would be my check-in time, but I'm kind of tired of wearing makeup and I really want to take this off. It's not because it's uncomfortable, because this foundation is actually pretty comfortable. I can barely tell that it's on my face. It's actually all the other stuff that I'm wanting to take off. It is now 3:07, so it's been about 4 hours, a little over 4 hours since I put it on, and it honestly looks the exact same. I actually quite like it. I think that it looks very natural. It doesn't look too caked on. It's easy to apply. The primer water I really enjoyed. It is very refreshing. I actually did spray it on myself to refresh as well. So I did all 3 steps. I set, I prepped, and I refreshed. So I really love the smell of it. It's not too off-putting and it dissipates. So if you're somebody who doesn't really do smells very well, it's just that initial spray and then it kind of goes away. The mascara I really loved, and it didn't flake. I think it is great for contact wearers because it has not, my eyes have not bothered me at all today, and it hasn't come off, it hasn't flaked off or anything like that. So I actually really love the mascara, and I loved the effect it gave on my lashes. I really liked every product that I tried in this. The foundation, let me get y'all a little bit closer. Everything looks fantastic. It's not really settling in any fine lines or anything like that. Now around here, around my nose, it is coming off a little bit, but that's mostly because while I was trying to put these false lashes, which this eye makeup tutorial is coming on the 29th. I will have it up on the 29th, so stay tuned for that. This is kind of my New Year's Eve makeup tutorial, so stay tuned for that. It will be up soon. Make sure that you have your notifications on so you can receive a notification when that comes up. I was putting these false lashes on and I pinched my eyelid with my tweezers, which made my eyes water, which of course made my nose start running. So that's the only reason why it's kind of moved a little bit, or I'm a little red around my nose, is just because of that. I kept having to wipe my nose because it kept running. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel before you leave, and like I said before, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video every Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye y'all.